evening. Governor Beshear and the other briefers before me identified the big numbers concerning the economic impact of the Commonwealth region and the county. They identified the history of the roller coaster relationship we have had with Fort Knox, expansions and growth and reductions. Others have identified the military training value that is unique to Fort Knox. I am Pam Ogden. I'm the president of the Radcliff Small Business Alliance. I represent 130 businesses that are within the city limits of Radcliff. I myself am a small business owner. I have lived these impacts daily for the last 10 years, and 18 years before that, working in the community. I am the face of the economy, the small business economy, impacted by Fort Knox daily. Radcliff is here because of Fort Knox. We are primarily a service-centered business community providing necessary housing, retail, and personal services for on-post service members and civilian workers. Many of our members are veteran, women, and minority-owned small businesses. In anticipation of this listening session, we surveyed our members, inquiring to the importance of Fort Knox in their business, as well as what impact the recent BRAC bubble and new reduction in assigned units, as well as the adverse effects recent installation decisions have had on their bottom line. The next slide. This slide provides first a general summary of survey responses. They indicate a heavy reliance, 30 to 90%, on Fort Knox customers. Many are reporting a 30 to 40% reduction in gross sales due to recent losses at Fort Knox. Not to mention the expected losses due to closure of Pat Museum and the Wilson Road Gate. Next slide. Below are some business owners who allowed us to cite their information. Notice the national fast food franchise that built a second location due to the BRAC, who is experiencing 24% reduction in gross. Next slide. The insurance business commented developers and property managers are having trouble meeting premiums due to high vacancy rates. Again, large reductions in gross sales. Next slide. Here's a more detail as to the effects of the reductions and the closure of Wilson Road. As you can see across the board, that gross revenues are down, as are clients and customers. These are requiring labor reductions in many of our businesses. Not displayed here are the many developers and builders who have lost significant money due to overstated housing needs forecasted by the installation of the BRAC run-up. During this run-up, Radcliff approved many new subdivisions, multifamily developments. Many of these remain underdeveloped or experiencing high vacancies. As is evident by these survey results, the local business community cannot survive another personnel or mission cut. It also shows we are ready to welcome troops back to Fort Knox. And as others have addressed earlier, Fort Knox has great capability to accept a wide range of missions and training. Let me just close with this. I'm an Army brat. I've lived here my entire life. My son has joined the Army, not because it was his only option, because that's all he knows. He knows the military. I always get asked whenever I go somewhere where I'm from. I say Radcliff, no one knows. I say Fort Knox, everyone knows. The first question I get asked is it really gold in the gold vault? I don't know the answer to that. We don't go near it. We're smart. I will say this. I just recently went to basic training. My son graduated from basic training at Fort Jackson. They had the soldiers of the basic on the front. They introduced them. They introduced different cities, different forts. And I will say this because I witnessed it. Fort Knox got a standing ovation. Everybody knows Fort Knox. In closing, this is our livelihood. Lots of businesses are hanging on, waiting for military to come back. We need some help from you. We didn't open in Radcliff thinking that this was going to be the most lucrative business place that we could open. We did it because the military is all we know. Thank you for allowing me to put a face on the local small business owners severely impacted by Fort Knox.
Thank you very much, Pam. And just one note, Fort Knox's Pat Museum is not closed. It's open, but you have to come on to Fort Knox to get there. I just want to make that statement, but thank you very, very much. Okay, the final scheduled speaker is